Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about something the coaching industry doesn't want to admit and doesn't want to know it for you if you are a woman of color coach. So, if you are a woman of color coach, you are an expert, you have an expertise. You don't have a visibility problem. You don't have a messaging problem. What you have right now is a safety problem. And here is what I mean. So, the mainstream advice, the generic business advice, is always the same. It sounds like, hey, just post more, be more consistent. Why aren't you posting? Take up the space, use your voice, stop hiding, right? And while all that sounds good in theory, but for women of color, it really does sound like nothing. It's tone deaf, means visibility has always had consequences for us, right? And I would tell you a quick story because visibility, like when I was a kid, I remember being told, don't draw too much attention, right? Keep your head down. Don't speak too loudly. Why are you talking back, right? And that wasn't just family advice, it was actually a survival advice from my parents. So I'm an immigrant daughter. So my parents are refugees from Sri Lanka and they came to Germany in the middle late 80s, right? So fast forward to me running a business, and now business coaches telling me, hey, go live every day or show up online or put yourself out there. And in the beginning, my nervous system was like, okay, what do you want from me? This is danger. Shut it down. Like, this is why so many women of color experts still tell me, Anu, I know I need to show up, but I don't know how to show up. They tell me like I can't talk to the camera, it's not my style, or if I pick one message, I will pigeonhole myself. Literally, they delete their Instagram for weeks. That's not laziness. That's also not that you don't have the discipline to show up, to build and scale your business. Logically, it makes sense to you, right? To show up, to serve your people. You know that if you're building a brand online, that if you want to work with clients online, you know logically that you need to show your face. You know that you need to be visible, but you don't, like, you cannot figure out how to do that. And that's your nervous system protecting you, right? And today in this episode, I'm going to show you how to move forward or move away from survival mode and into safety first visibility. So you can stop hiding, you can actually become the number one best known coach in your industry and start signing your dream clients. So maybe you know those moments when you are about to hit the post button or to go live and to do something bold or say something bold, and suddenly you talk yourself out of it, right? Or you want to record a story for the fifth times, but then you give up. You are telling yourself, ugh, this takes too long. It would take me forever until I will get good at it. Or you want to post something random just to stay consistent, right? You know you need to be consistent, so you just post random things, random stories. You even repost other people's stuff on your platform in order to stay consistent, to show up. And that's not because you don't care building your business. That's actually also not that you are not capable of building a coaching business. It's literally that visibility doesn't feel safe for you yet. And you need to think about this. Safety is hardwired into us, in every single one of us, right? And our nervous system is built, it's the number one job to protect us from danger. And if you don't know that visibility is not safe, it will always feel a danger for your body and for your mind. And for women of color, coaches and experts means often don't like don't rock the boat, right? Like don't be too visible, otherwise people will come and they will judge you and they will, drag you down. They will not accept your opinion. Or don't say the wrong things, otherwise all the people will come after you, right? And that's how we were growing up. So when you try to build and scale a business and suddenly you need to show up online, your brain and your body are like, okay, this is dangerous. We better stay invisible. So visibility isn't about pushing harder, right? It's not simple as let me create a video today. It's literally you creating safety first, because when you feel safe, showing up becomes so natural. Going live on YouTube becomes so natural. Creating stories to educate your audience becomes natural. And you see that visibility and showing up your face is a non negotiable in your business, and it becomes natural. So, before I share my safety first visibility framework, I want to give you all a real life story of what will happen when you shift from hiding to owning your message. So, one of my incredible clients, her name is Dr. Yvonne Burkhardt. She is a non toxic coach. She came to me feeling stuck. She told me, like, Anu, I'm super nervous and stiff on camera. I don't know what to say. I have no idea what to talk about. I feel like I am just guessing and I don't have a strategy at all. And she wasn't lacking knowledge. She's a doctor. She's brilliant. Like, she has so many certifications. She's changing people's life, women's life, teaching them about toxicity, right? But brilliance without visibility is like having the cure for something and keeping it locked in a drawer. So nobody benefits from it. She's not benefiting it. Her clients cannot benefit from it because no one knows about her brilliance. So together we worked on creating safety around visibility first. We built her messaging so it was clear who she was targeting, right? What their pain points are and how she is able to help them. We made it safe for her to show up boldly instead of second guessing every word, right? Without the strategy, without the visibility, or without the safety first, she was second guessing every word she's saying, even though she is a doctor. And here is what happened, okay? Today, Dr. Yvonne Burkhardt has over 200K followers on Instagram. She was featured on one of the biggest world podcasts, Diary of a CEO, and her podcast interview has 4 million views today on YouTube, right? And the best part, what she's told me recently is, after working with Anu, I know exactly who I am targeting, their pain points, and how I help them. Now I just hit go live and boom, I'm rocking it. I have complete confidence in my offers and my incredible wealth of knowledge. My audience loves connecting with me on lives, and it's such an amazing way to nurture the connection. So, do you see the difference? She didn't just change her personality. She's still the same. She didn't force herself to be someone else. She didn't become extroverted overnight to actually share her knowledge, share what she needs to share in order to change people's lives. What changed is that we created safety in her nervous system, safety in her messaging, and safety in her visibility strategy. And now, instead of hiding, instead of second guessing, instead of feeling overwhelmed what to say in order to actually help people and close them in her offers, she's magnetic, she's consistent, and she's building a movement all around the world. Like, she is changing people's lives all around the world, and it is making me like very happy because what she is doing is amazing. And this is the same with you. I know what you're doing is amazing, but you are still hiding, and you know logically you need to be visible, but you cannot be visible because there are so many blocks inside of you. And that's what brings me to the framework that I want to teach you today: safety first, visibility. First, what we need to do is, like, I had a client who told me, okay, Anu, I just don't know how to show up. Every time I try, I freeze. I literally delete Instagram when I get overwhelmed. And here is what I told her, like, you don't need to fight your nervous system. It's not that your strategy is wrong. It's literally you need to learn how to regulate yourself. So I want you to try this before you are posting. Ground yourself, okay? Breathe, journal, tab, and ask what feels safe for me to share today. So when you start creating from safety, not from fear, your content, your messaging starts to shift. And it no longer feels forced, it actually feels aligned. And people can feel that energy. People can feel your energy, what you are saying in your content, if you mean it, if you're not mean it, how you are actually selling to them, if it is pushy, if it is salesy or not. And that's why energy first before you are taking any actions, right? The next one is safety in your messaging. And this is the part that hits many of my women of color clients. You know, like you say, I can talk about so many things, but if I start talking about one thing, I will pigeonhole myself. And let me tell you this, clarity doesn't erase your complexity, it actually amplifies it. One of my clients, she kept saying, as a life coach, that she is helping with family stuff in her content, in her messaging. But her audience didn't know what she was meaning. Was it parenting? Was it marriage? Was it sibling relationships? Like it was too vague. No one felt resonated. No one felt seen in her messaging. So she was just showing up for nothing. No one wanted to work with her. So she got brave enough. We worked on safety first in her messaging. I went through the framework and figured out, okay, where do you feel like the best, the brilliant, the where do you have the most knowledge? I know people come to you because of different stuff, but we need to become specific in order for you to make sales in your business. So now she's saying, I help women heal childhood trauma so they can break generational cycles. Everything shifted. Her audience shifted. The audience started to buy from her. She feels more confidence in her messaging and creating the content now. Her audience finally understand her and feel seen. And because they feel seen, they trust. And because of that, they book a call with her and she converts them. So clients are reaching out. So if your message is very like it is becoming very specific, you will stop chasing leads and you will start to see how clients are lining up to work with you. So clarity will give you more confidence. Confidence will give you the energy to take the right action, and the right actions will get you the results you desire. So if you desire to sign the next 10 clients in the 30 days, instead of thinking about, okay, what's the next action I should take, first check in within yourself. What is actually your messaging saying? Do you feel safe sharing the messaging that you are doing right now? So messaging is also not about boxing you in, right? It is actually making your brilliance understandable. Your messaging is everything, how you're going to stand out in the industry. And when your messaging is so specific, you will never worry about that there are 100 other business coaches as well. I don't care about that. I know there are so many business coaches. Who cares? I know I have a specific brilliance, a specific knowledge that no one else has in the industry. So when your words feel powerful, you feel safe, right? You will repeat them over and over and over again. And that is what will make you magnetic in your industry. That is how people are going to start looking for you, finding you, and wanting to work with you. Now, the third part is safety in your visibility strategy. So too many women of color coaches and experts are trying to be everywhere. You are trying to be on Instagram, then you saw, oh my God, you can grow on TikTok. Now you are trying to dance on TikTok. Then you saw maybe you should show up on LinkedIn. Now you created also a LinkedIn profile, or you turned your current LinkedIn into the business, and you want to also grow on YouTube. And what happens? Burnout. burn out very too soon, okay? So safety means picking one platform, one type of content, and one process that feels natural for you. Even if creating video doesn't feel natural for you right now, you create the safety within your nervous system first in order to create, like, in order to feel natural, in order to feel safe, to show up like that, right? So if you are introverted, okay, maybe that's live, going live once a week, right? Where you can go deep, you can actually connect deeper with your audience instead of posting random daily reels where you are dancing, where everyone can see that you don't want to do it. Everyone can feel it in the energy that you don't want to dance on TikTok. I don't dance on TikTok. I tried it because it was trendy, but then I've realized I am not an influencer. I don't need to dance. I'm a coach and I use content to build my business. And that's the energy shift there, right? So maybe for you, it's long form writing. Maybe you love writing and that is where you are thriving. So we need to figure out what is your strength. How can we hold that strength and amplify it and use it for your advantage? So safety doesn't come from chasing trends. Okay? If dancing on TikTok doesn't feel safe, don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. It comes from choosing a visibility strategy that works with who you are, right? What kind of message do you want to share so you can actually stick with it? It doesn't matter if you are on all platforms, if at the end of the day you cannot stick with that, you cannot be consistent with that, right? So when you join my program Leverage 20, I will teach you my low friction YouTube channel. Like, I will help you and teach you to use low friction to create sales content on YouTube that will convert your audience into clients. Because here is the thing, still a lot of coaches didn't tap into the YouTube algorithm. There are still so many spaces for you to stand out in the YouTube algorithm. And as you know, YouTube is the number one search engine, or the second one after Google, but it is owned by Google, right? So your offer, your messaging will be found quicker by the right audience if you use the low friction YouTube channel. And I teach my clients to use live video on a low friction to actually create consistent live video on that platform to be found by the right people. I'm telling you, friends, this is a game changer. So let me share with you a quick story. So when I first started in 2018, I avoided going live because I thought no one will listen. What if I mess up? What if I have a problem with vocabulary because English is not my first language? What if I get judged? What if I get hate comments, right? So I stayed small. I kept posting educational tips on stories. I was hoping someone would notice me. And you know what? No one did. But the moment I decided to get visible, the moment I decided, okay, Anu, get your shit together because you are running a business and this business is going to make you millions and this business is here for long term. Like, I am not looking to get back to a 9 to 5 job, my friends. So I decided, okay, I need to get visible. Not perfectly, not loud, not consistently in the beginning, not like someone else, okay? I need to get visible for who I am. And everything changed. I signed my first clients. They felt resonated with my story. Like, we both were immigrant daughters, and what I went through with my fitness coaching business, she felt so resonated. She became my first 4-figure clients. I built momentum, and I realized it wasn't about me being comfortable. It was about my clients being able to find me. And I realized my mission is to build a brand globally. I want to work with clients all over the world. And I did that. I have clients in London, in Spain, in the US. I had clients in Canada. Now we are looking to expand on Europe as well. So it's not about me. My whole work is about my clients. And if I don't work on my safety and if I hold myself back, how can I help my clients? How can I impact the world? How can I impact with my work? I can't. So, what I want you to walk away is that your invisibility is not a character flaw, it's actually a safety mechanism. But the safety that once protected you as a child, growing up, as a teenager, as a woman, like, it's now costing you. It's costing your business. It is costing you to impact people with your expertise, helping them to get out of their miserable state. And it is costing you revenue. It is costing you to build a brand globally. So every day you hide, someone else is signing the client that should have been yours. Every day you water down your message because you don't feel safe enough to say out the things bold enough. Someone else is saying it more clearly, and the message is landing. So it's not because they are better than you and they deserve it and you don't. It's literally because they are visible for their message. So you don't need to hustle harder. You don't need to be louder. You don't need to scream. You don't need to make a lot of noise, right? You don't need to become someone else to be visible. You need safety first, right? And this video is especially for you if you have been trying with a strategy, you have been buying like content calendar and content planner and what type of content to post. Like, this video is for you if you have been trying to figure out your visibility and your content strategy and you still can't be consistent with that. You need safety first. Safety in your nervous system, safety in your messaging, so that you can say your point of views, and safety in your new strategy. Because when you feel safe, visibility stops feeling like an exposure and it starts to feel like power. You're gonna actually use your power, your voice, to get the clients who needs you. Remember, you have the expertise. People need you, my friend, okay? So your clients cannot hire you if they cannot find you, right? And the world doesn't need another invisible woman of color coach and expert. It needs you right now, okay? And I want you to take up the space in the industry. That's why we are here, right? So if this hits home for you and you want to grow your coaching business, you want to scale it past 100K as a woman of color coach and expert, to sign your next 10 clients in 30 days, I want you to click the link in the show notes and book a consultation call with me so that we can map out your 100K growth plan together. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next episode.